Hello everybody, this is Kyrix with another edition of This Week in Kyrix. Today is Wednesday, March 15th of 2017. And it's been a bit of a week. Let's start off with, well, most of the last part of the week was uneventful, but we had some shit happen at the start of the week. For starters, we took Oreo in to get Spade finally, which was not fun for her, obviously. In fact, she, we took her in, Monday morning, you know, like you do, and she, do I have, I do not, it's not even worth going in there then. I forgot that I've been kind of dragging ass on this playthrough. But anyway, we took her in, and it was an overnight thing like I thought it would be. So that means she spent the night there, and we'd have to get her Tuesday. Well, Tuesday was a busy day for me, because first off, had to wake up at 9 to go get Oreo, which wasn't necessarily fun, and she wasn't particularly enthused. I mean, she's obviously sore as hell. We got her home, she was still wobbly from the anesthetic, you know, she's not a happy kitty. She's doing better now, but she did not come home feeling particularly crispy. So, I ended up going back to sleep because today's a busy day. Today meaning Tuesday, it's like midnight-ish or something. I'm not far removed from Tuesday is what I'm saying. But anyway, went back to sleep till about 1 o'clock or so. Got up, got ready, went to my appointment, my little disability, mentally, psychology appointment where they looked at my head, you know, like they do. And everyone's like, oh, how'd you do? I'm like, I don't know. They don't really tell me the results. They say, we're going to send these in and we'll look them over and we'll let you know. So, that's what I know. I'll assume it went well. I mean, he didn't exactly give me the sense of, yeah, you're not getting shit, you know, so. I'll assume it went well until proven otherwise, really. Which leads me to HeroClix. Not gonna mince words, lost my ass today. I went 1 and 2 out of 3 rounds. However, the guy that I am none too fond of did not show up, so that was a plus. Of course, to me, that's one of the things that will always improve a tournament is when he doesn't show up. Even a shitty tournament is better than it could be, as long as he's not there. I do not like him. As far as I'm concerned, he should stay in where he's at, you know, because all he ever does is bitch. I mean, I was basically bitching about him to one of our nicer players, and he's kind of rolling his eyes at me like, really? And then I mentioned, he even whines when he wins. And he just kind of sits quietly for a second and is like, yeah, that's true. Because he does. He's a total bitch. I'm sorry. He just does nothing but bitch, whine, complain. When he loses, when he wins. I mean, it's one thing to be a sore loser, but a sore fucking winner? Ugh, no, that's bad. That's a bad thing. So, Kyrix, you said that you went 1 and 2, and yet today was good. That's because it was. I took in my my giveaway bag, which is my bag of HeroClix that I don't necessarily need because I have far too many of them. And we've had a lot of new players lately, so lots of new people who could want some old clicks, you know, that kind of thing. Just because they're old doesn't make them obsolete. And there were some real gems in there. Like the black suit Daredevil from, what's this set called? From Incredible Hulk? Who, to me, is garbage simply because I have 5 of him, or I had 5 of him until this afternoon. And at one point, I've had as many as 10, because he was the only fucking rare I ever drew in that set. There you are, you little shit. Come here. Anyway, oh, there's some coffee. Time to plant some coffee beans. Anyway, so I get up there, I give away a bunch of my figures that to me are useless, but to other people might obviously not be. Wow, a tree just fell. Lovely. That's one tree that I'm not going to have to cut down. That's for damn sure. So yeah, I get up there, do all that, and one of our new guys, who apparently used to play back in the day, but hasn't in ages, gets up there, and I give him a couple of things, like, hey, you want anything? So he gives me pretty much a whole booster and 2 other figures from the Deadpool set, the new set that just came out. I'm like, hey, thanks, man. You know, including 3 of the shifting focus Daredevil. Shifting focus being a mechanic where you basically swap out. You know, it's a great little mechanic, very useful, very fun. So yeah, that's a thing. I got a whole bunch of them. And Judd showed up today with my, what are they called? There's a word for them. My give me my beans. Need my beans. My Ecstatics figures. He had, remember there were 5 of them. I had 2. I had Yugo Girl and Dead Girl, and he had Orphan and Anarchist for me, which meant I had to borrow Dupe. So I borrowed Dupe. I played through the first 2 rounds, and he calls me over, he's like, hey, I bought another booster, got a present for ya. Tosses me Dupe. So I finish off Ecstatics. I get a bunch of free figs. Another one of our players, good guy, you know, not one of our better players, but he's not garbage by any means. Don't take that thing. He's good. He's beaten me a couple times, and I tease him about it, but he's been doing a lot better too. Part of his problem was his lack of figures, and that hasn't been as much of a problem for him anymore. He's been getting more and more figures, and I've been getting less, and it's been putting on us on more of an equal playing field, which is good. Because he's a good guy. He deserves to win some matches. Anyway, he shows up and hands me this box, this little Pathfinder figure box. I'm thinking, okay, why are you handing me a D&D figure? It's like, here, you give me a bunch of shit, here's this. And it is a White Lantern battery. That is a resource that was only available at conventions. He's like, here, I have an extra one, you can have this. And I told him, that's awesome, and I appreciate it, but you can take it back if you want, because I have one. And since I have one, this is basically either going to go on eBay or get traded. He's like, well, trade it, man. I'm like, okay, thank you. So, that was fucking awesome. So, to recap, got a bunch of Deadpool stuff for free. Got rid of a bunch of figures that were just taking up space. Got actually a Man of Steel figure from the Man of Steel movie set, that is. So, Superman, actually, if you must know. The figure was Superman from the Man of Steel set. That was cool. Got the rest of, what are they called, of Ecstatics. Got a White Lantern battery. Lost in the tournament, but the judge is like, you know what, you did losing. You lost nicely, you lost gracefully. I'm going to give you a fellowship prize. Here's the figure that I wanted, which was, what's her name, Kate Bishop, I think. Basically, Young Avengers Hawkeye. Not basically, that's exactly what she is. And that was the figure that I would have taken, so I just got that. Plus I got a couple, you know, giveaway figures, because he's got so many LEs from all the prize kits. And he's just literally giving them away in mass, like in handfuls, to anyone who still needs them at the end of the tournament. So I grabbed Arrowette, Miss Arrowette, which is a different figure, Wonder Girl, Drax, and I think I grabbed something else too. But I got quite a few of those, which I needed. They're filling in holes in my collection. So then the first bad news hits me. I step out of there, you know, and he's asking me where my bike is, and I locked the bike up, but this particular friend is the kind of person who, if he had the means to, would swipe my bike and move it as a prank. Which I'm not completely certain he didn't do. But I get out there and I don't see my bike anywhere, so I'm thinking, damn it, the fucking thing's stolen. Fortunately, they decided to do their food at this little Mexican restaurant in the plaza. So I figure I'm gonna have to hitch a ride with him or something. Then I'm about to call my roommate to pick me up, or to try and get him to pick me up. I happen to notice that my bike is in fact off to the side where I didn't fucking think it would be. So, get on my bike. It's cold for Florida. It's like, God, I want to say like 60-something degrees out, so I'm freezing in this weather. Everyone else is just fine, especially if you're from up north. And, oh Jesus, that's a lot. But anyway, I get home, talk to the roommate. He had let my cat out, because Rio I had kept in the carrier in the room because I had let her out and she was wobbling and trying to jump on stuff, and that's no good. That's not good for her in the wobbly condition she was in. So I try and get her to come to me, but she seems alright, so I let her roam around for a bit. And he tells me someone at work gave him some shoes. He didn't think they were his size, so I should try them, whatever. And they fit me, and he gave them to me, so I have new shoes. I mean, they came from someone else, but as far as I'm concerned, they're new shoes, considering my shoes are about 3 or 4 years old, and my sandals, my flip-flops rather, are 2 or 3 years old and have holes in them. You know, so I'm desperately in need of new shoes. So it's been a good goddamn day for me. I'm not gonna lie. The only thing that'll really cinch this is if it turns out I made my appointment well. You know, like I got a good, I don't want to say review, but you know what I mean. I got good results. I got good results. That's the only thing that'll really cinch that for me. Plus, I got my resource dial that I ordered. I ordered the Yu-Gi-Oh! Millennium Tablet resource for HeroClix. It's one that I was going to get ages ago, and for reasons, never got. I'll tell you one thing. The relics that attach to it are tiny as shit. Like, I'm afraid to actually take them off the dial because when I say tiny, I mean like half of them are the size of a fucking rice grain. If I sneeze, these things are gone and I will never find them. You know? But I have them. I also got, can I grab this because these things are a bitch to catch. I'll grab one of these for the fall. I'm about to get a fuck ton of money anyway. So, yeah, I got that in, and I got XCOM Enemy Within in today as well, which I will not start right away because I have other games on the docket. I have to finish Resident Evil Revelations within the next 2 days before Friday, because I'm going to be taking it to my friend's house, and I don't want to ruin the blind run aspect of it. Also, I need to... what's the word? There's a word for it. I need to work on the Phantom Pain. That can actually wait. I might wait on the Phantom Pain. Just based on the fact that it doesn't go up until fucking 2019 anyway. You know, I've got time for Phantom Pain, so I might do Enemy Within then. But before that, I need to at least finish the Welk setup for Xenoverse, because I'm like 3 days behind on that. And I'm like, fuck it, I don't care. Because there's only like 3 episodes left of Welk anyway, so worst case scenario, I'm behind 3 weeks, I get those ahead, and I just upload Ryoku's 9 weeks of episodes. You know? It's not a huge deal. Bit of a pain in the ass, but not a big deal. You know? There are all worse fates to succumb to. But yeah, Enemy Within... Before I do Enemy Within, I have to finish the Bureau XCOM Declassified's DLC. And then that'll go up. That's maybe 3-4 episodes at the most. Probably 1 or 2. Depending. Because it's just a single mission, you know. Once that's up, I'll do Enemy Within. That could be anywhere from 15 to fucking 40 episodes, depending on how I do. So I might actually do Phantom Pain first, just to clear up hard drive space. But Enemy Within will be... That'll probably get me to 2019, 2020 on whatever day XCOM goes up. I think it's Sunday. I don't know. It's been a while. But yeah, that's the thing. My friend got his car fixed, so Friday for the barbecue he will be picking me up. which is nice. No bike ride, no bus ride, no bullshit. Just wake up, honk honk, get in the car, bring the chicken, get in the car. I'm totally cool with that. Requires very little of me. I like that. Alright, let's get these fucking backpacks, or at least one of them. Because this is getting stupid. I need... If I'd had the first backpack when it was raining, I'd have gone in... I'd have spent that whole rainy day mining and getting metals and shit. But it was not to be. It was not to be. Oops, give me this. Yoink. Chicken statue. Rawr. Sure, I'm going more or less in that area anyway. Guess I'll grab the spur while I'm at it. And I have just enough. Perfect. So yeah, there's a lot of shit on my docket for this, and I've still got to do Final Fantasy and Suikoden. And the sad thing is I keep getting mixed up. Like, you notice I keep walking over here. It's because in my file, my chicken coop and shit is over here, and I keep wanting to go feed the chickens, and I don't have any chickens to feed. Which you might honestly never see me get chickens and shit in this game, just because they're kind of a pain in the ass. Oh yeah, I gotta water shit manually, don't I? I think I went to bed yesterday without watering a goddamn thing. That would honestly not surprise me, because again, on my file, everything's automated. I have sprinklers for shit like this. So yeah, that's the thing that happened, I guess. So basically, I'm losing a day on my planting. Not my planting, but my harvesting. There are worse fates. But yeah, I've got so much recording ahead of me. But the good news is I'm making great progress on it. Like, I'm doing big projects in very short amounts of time. Like, when I did Lego Star Wars, yeah, that laid me up for a week, but I got a year's worth of programming out of it, you know? When I do Clone Wars, same thing. When I do fucking original trilogy, same thing. And I gotta get a hold of Anubis about that. Speaking of which, I gotta get him up here to do Resident Evil 5. So that... Because once Resident Evil 5's up, that'll go up probably before Res Rev 2 does. And then I've got Resident Evil 0 and 1. I've got Nemesis on here. And I've got 2, which I have something special planned for. And so on. I've got all the fucking Resident Evils that are worth playing. You know? So I've got tons of programming here. Plus, I've got... I don't have, but I can easily get Mega Man Legends 1 and 2. So that'll go on with fucking Tron Bonne and shit like that. That'll go on my Legends playlist. And I'm trying to get a hold of Eisen. Because right now, he's in the middle of his Mega Man March Madness thing. I'm not offended that I can't get a hold of him, because this is, for him, this is a big fucking month, you know? This is one of the things he does, you know? This is one of his yearly rituals, and I'm not gonna fucking begrudge it to him, you know what I mean? Fuck it, let's go whole hog here. So, yeah, like I said, I'm not gonna begrudge him that. I'm not gonna bitch about it or anything. But I'm going to try and get a hold of him and see if he's familiar with Legends, and if he has the time. Because what I'll do is I'll totally do a collab with him if he doesn't mind doing the side work, you know. Just one of those things. I don't really have the means to. I found out also that at a certain point in the month, these things will start spawning berries for me, or maybe it's in the fall. It pissed me off that I never knew that. Go with the pickaxe. But yeah, that's I want to try and either get it, or hopefully get him on a collab with that, because if he knows Legends, and that's a Mega Man game we can do together that it's on my channel for once. And if he doesn't, he gets to watch it blind, because Legends is a fun series, you know. But, if you're watching my channel, go watch his Mega Man shit. I haven't watched it all myself, but I've had kind of a busy week of doing Kyrix shit, you know. Between clicks and trying to catch up on my sleep from frickin' vet appointments and just doing recordings on ResRev trying to beat a schedule. It's just, yeah, you know how it is. But it's a lot of fun. I go on there and tease him, but like, oh, you failed at this, you should be ashamed. But you know what? He's better at those fucking games than I'll ever be. I think I've beaten maybe 6 Mega Man games ever without a Game Genie. Not counting Battle Network and Legends. I'm talking like main series and X. I've beaten 3, although I think I've only done that with a Game Genie. I've beaten 9 and 10, and I kind of cheated on 9. I basically put on the flower force field in an area where enemies will come up and go over me and basically drop pickups when the shield kills them, and left it alone for an hour until I had enough bits to basically get everything. Like max out my energy tanks, max out my lives, that kind of shit, so I can beat Wily. 10 I beat legitimately, but on easy. I've beaten X1, and I think I've beaten X2. And if you count command missions, that's another one. You know? But I don't have a good record when it comes to Mega Man games. They whoop my ass. But I've beaten both Legends, I've beaten Tron Bonne, I've beaten all 6 Battle Network games. Haven't done Star Force yet. I've only gotten like 2 bosses into Star Force. That's one I plan to do for my channel eventually as well. I also beat Network Transmission, so I've beaten all... Well, no, I haven't beaten Battle Chip Challenge. I was about to say I've beaten all the Battle Network games, but no. Battle Chip Challenge victory still eludes me. So, you know how it is. So yeah, that's yeah, like I said, I tease him, but it's a friendly thing. I mean, he's so good at those compared to me. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm not on anywhere near the same level. I am basically fit to heckle at him from the stands, and barely that. So. Oh, they are still planted. Okay, I thought they fucking grown out somehow, or that a crow got. It was cool to be able to connect with Aizen and, to an extent, Bo. I think I weirded him out, to be honest. Bo, that is. I'm sure I weird Aizen out, but not so much that he won't do collabs with me, but... That's okay, I'm used to weirding people out. It's half my charm, really. But I'm still intimidated as hell about Slow Beef. Which is funny, because as I see him do live streams and shit, he seems like a pretty chill guy, but it's just something about him really into... I think it's the Retsupre thing. I think me and Aizen actually discussed that. That scares the hell out of me, you know? I just have this image in my head that I'm sure is wrong, where it's like, oh, I go on one of his streams, I'm like, oh, hey, I'll do co-commentary with you. He's like, oh, you want to plug anything? Yeah, I want to plug my channel. And then he finds my channel and fucking eviscerates it, like, oh, look at this piece of shit, you know? I don't think he would be that kind of person, but that fucking part of my brain that's like, hey, you're gonna get fucked up, you know? It's not fun. Not fun at all. Ooh, blueberries! No, it's just, it's fucking paranoia is what it is. There's nothing I can do about it, it's built into my head. I mean, there's lots of people, lots of Let's Players whose attention I would like to come to do shit with. And it's not even a fame thing, it's not like, oh, I would love to collab with the Runaway Guys and steal their fucking subscribers. Wouldn't mind getting a couple subscribers, it'd be nice to hit 500 someday. Hell, it'd be nice to hit 200 this year. But it's a case of they seem like cool people and I really want to game with them, you know? Not even necessarily a collab thing. I'd be happy just fucking... Oh, what's a thing? What's a game? Just fucking doing online battles with Chugga or something like that. Not even recorded, just get a voice chat on Skype going and fucking playing that, you know, that kind of thing. Stuff like that. I mean, there's like Chugga Conroy, the Runway Guys in general. Luca's another one that would be fun to do any kind of collab with. NCS seems like one of the coolest people just in general, you know, real nice guy. He's actually doing a Metroid, I almost said Prime, Super Metroid hack where everything's tilted like 90 degrees to the left or something, and it's fucking bizarre, you know what I mean? And I'm looking at this, I'm like, yeah, NCS, it's shit like this. That's the reason you're sitting there with hundreds of thousands of subscribers and I haven't even topped 200 yet, you know? Okay, so anything at 49, well actually anything at 50 or less. So I can get some tomatoes. Let's do tomatoes. They grow back. And seriously, I would go insane. I can wall jump and I can bomb jump, but I cannot wall jump and bomb jump to the levels that would be required to beat that game. I mean, hell, I was barely able to wall jump and fucking bomb jump to the levels it takes to beat the game. You know what I mean? Which, eventually I gotta get a hold of Eisen and see if he's done any work on splicing together the AM2R, which was a disaster to the point where I'm almost willing to put it up as a sort of blooper reel and wait for the actual LP to start until I get, you know, a decent computer. Which could be years, to be perfectly honest, but, you know. But I do want to check it. I'm not gonna rush him. The man's got his own life, and he's got his own channel to look after. It's just one of those things I kind of want to touch base and check in on. But I did a little research, and in June is when the 4-job Fiesta comes back up, and I'm excited. My videos are gonna be laggy as all hell due to my hardware, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna beat it again, and it's gonna be awesome. I'm gonna be very proud of myself because this time I'm not gonna fucking procrastinate because I don't have videos due this time. It's just, and I'm not switching rooms and dealing with flea infestation from my pets and shit. All the shit that tore me up last time or tied me up last time. None of that's going on this time. If you're wondering why I'm sitting here, it's because I noticed one of my toenails was long and it's driving me nuts. Weird. So one thing I'm fucking meticulous about is the length of my nails. But we each have our own weird little quirks, and that's one of mine. Seriously, I'll get the little itty-bitty bits of nail, like it's like a hangnail on the edge of your fingernail. And it drives me crazy to the point where I have thought about buying a nail clipper just to travel with, just to have in my pocket at all times. But that's enough of Kyrix's weird eccentricities. Ooh, thunderstorm. See you next time, everyone. Bye-bye.